Welcome, everyone. As you know, on this channel, we talk all things organization, not just putting everything in its little proper, neat space. We talk all things organization, whether it's career-wise, whether it's health, relationships, everything organization. We talk about here at Boxes, Bins, and Lids, LLC. And we know that when you organize and then you're inspired, that brings transformation. So today I have a topic that I think would help people in their career-wise. What you may not know about me is I've worked in HR for nearly 10 years, and I recently came across this trending topic on social media. And I'm specifically referencing the issue with Daystar, okay? And so if you know Daystar, you know, but if you don't, you don't. And that's okay. But stick around because you can pick up some really great career tips with this topic. So recently in the news, there was a taped conversation released between four parties. Those parties are Joni Lamb of Daystar, Jimmy Evans of Marriage Today, and then there's Joni Lamb's son, which is Jonathan Lamb, and his wife, which is Suzy. And so the gist of the conversation that they were having was about Jonathan and Suzy's willingness to read a cue card. Now, there are many people online talking about the spiritual aspect of this, that it's abuse, it's Jezebel, it's this, it's that. And I want to challenge you today to take out the spiritual component out of it and to recognize that the relationship in place is a relationship between an employer and an employee. That employer would be Joni and Daystar, and the employers, Jonathan and Suzy Lamb. And so they were being asked to read something off a cue card, and they kind of had an issue with it because of Joni's new husband. And so they, for their own personal reasons, didn't want to read the cue card. So the conversation taped was going on and on about whether they would submit, and we're going to exchange out submit with comply. Okay, so we're just going to use general terms here. They are in a church world, so they're going to use what's known as church lingo. Okay, Joni is asking Jonathan and Suzy to read the cards, and they don't want to do that. And that is called insubordination, okay? If they were at another television station, say ABC or Fox, and were asked to read these same cards and refused, they would be fired. The hosts do not write show content. They do not edit show content. The job of the host is basically they're there to present what has already been discussed and put together behind the scenes for them to carry out. And so in refusal to do that, they're actually refusing to do what's in the job description for them to do. Okay, so that's called insubordination, and it can be a fireable offense. In addition, there was some talk regarding conversations about Doug, which is actually, we'll put it in the terms of gossiping and backbiting, which also can be a discipline function, or I should say, or resulting in discipline, because you're creating an environment where there's hostility. This is the business owner's spouse, and you're going about the business and making things you're hostile, basically, because you're gossiping and backbiting, which those things should not be as part of the working relationship. What I'm thinking there in that instance is that Jonathan and Suzy are looking at the relationship as mother and mother-in-law when the relationship is actually employer to employee. So just remember, if an employer asks you to do something within the guides of the job description and you refuse to do it or refuse to carry out the instructions, you are being insubordinate. Now, there are things that people have their personal convictions about, and that's perfectly fine. But you can't have it both ways. You can't have, your personal conviction and being unwilling to perform the job task. You have to either one, follow your conviction, or two, find another place to earn income, right? So again, the relationship is a employer to an employee, not just, okay, this is my mom, or um, I want it my way, and it can't be like that. You can't have rules and regulations for some employees and not other employees. And an important thing to remember, especially if you're hiring family, when you are within that business, it is a business relationship. When you're outside of that, then it can be mom to son or mother-in-law to daughter-in-law. But when you're within those bounds, you are employer to employee, and it's best to respect the boundaries. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for watching.